Googled hyper comma, and it means nothing.
Lindsay, are you saying that this movie's full of shit? Welcome to another episode of the Creature Podcast. I'm Mike.
I'm Lindsay.
And, it's been a minute since we did an episode where I'm just mad for an hour and a half, so we're talking about 1999's House on Haunted Hill, written by Dick Beebe and directed by William Malone. Of course, it's a remake of the 1959 classic of the same name starring Vincent Price. This is actually the first attempt by Dark Castle Entertainment to remake William Castle movies for the new millennium, followed by 13 Ghosts, which is my first gripe of this movie. It made me appreciate 13 Ghosts a little bit more. Anything before we just jump into this thing? Before we start walking down the horror corridor, which I will try to not say 12 times in this.
No, I'm good. Let's start.
Jamie's never seen this.
Jamie's never seen this movie.
No, I've never seen it. I vaguely remember when it came out.
I think I saw it in the theaters.
I was thinking I was going to have, after 13 Ghosts, which our episode on that, I was griping the whole time about it, but it was fun.
Yeah.
And I thought, I will have some weird late 90s nostalgia with this also. Some early 2000 Ed Lorgy fun with this also.
That's what I...
Ah, man. Oh, didn't happen.
Every time we do a movie that's set in, anything between, 98 and 2002, I'm like, nostalgia.
Oh.
Even if I've never seen it.
Well, there's a lot of people. I mean, there's some fun about it.
There's some fun about it.
It's all in the first 7 minutes.
Then it's
So let's get into those awesome
nothing.
7 minutes.
And then we'll end the show.
Okay, it starts at night with a very tall cliffside building. And the sound of seagulls.
Okay, so it actually starts with the most edgelordy, terrible opening credits that you can imagine. Well, good. It's all camera panning along a decrepit, aging wall where anatomical pictures and baby doll heads are rotating.
And
stuff like
it
that.
was almost like claymation, but with string.
Yeah, it's very Nine Inch Nails downward spiral music video or whatever.
It didn't have anything to do with the movie at all.
The anatomical stuff kind of does, but... Well, we'll go there. I mean, it's one of the 3 tiny set pieces they did in this house. So, and so this house, it cuts into the ocean, waves are crashing, and we're looking up a cliff at what they are telling me is a house.
Yeah, but it's...
What does this thing look like?
It looks like a skyscraper.
It looks like a dam. It looks like...
Oh, yeah, almost like a dam.
It's Art Deco.
It is
for
Art
sure,
Deco, yeah.
But it looks like all of a dam disappeared except for this one little piece that is sticking out. Or it looks like the fucking hood ornament of a 1930s Packard that's stuck in the ground. It doesn't look like a house.
It looks very tall.
It's incredibly tall. It looks like it's 10 stories.
Yeah.
Or whatever. And that's the back of the house. The front we'll get to.
Yeah. Okay, so inside, we hear the sound of screaming, and we see nurses in old-fashioned uniforms with the little caps, and orderlies in white scrubs. We follow a man into an office where he clocks in with the old-fashioned punch card and puts a record on a Victrola, and he begins to sharpen some pencils.
Yeah, and this man is Dick Beebe,
Oh.
the writer of the movie.
Cool.
His name is Dick Beebe. I do have to... Sorry, it's a funny name. His name's Dick Beebe.
Okay, in another scene, a doctor or a surgeon guy, which is Jeffrey Combs.
Jeffrey Combs.
Yeah. Has a patient strapped down on a table, and he's cutting them open while they're screaming.
Yeah, so this guy's restrained. He's got 2, nurses with him. One is filming, old-fashioned, crank camera, and the other one's just, assisting, handing him stuff. Now, I love Jeffrey Combs. We have talked about him. He doesn't fucking speak in this movie. He doesn't have a single word.
Who does the voiceover at the very end of the movie when the surgeon's supposed to be talking then?
Oh, I don't know.
Or do you forget?
I forgot, probably.
He speaks as a ghost.
I guess you don't see him talk?
You don't. You don't see him talk.
It's just, why do you get Jeffrey Combs for a movie who's expressive and weird and whatever, and then just have him, walk from room to room silently?
Maybe they cut out his lines from...
Maybe. There is a sequel to this movie called Return to House on Haunted.
No, there's not.
Yeah. There is. And the only returning person is Jeffrey Combs as this character.
Oh, my God.
Which is so fucking...
How many years later did they do that?
I don't know. We're never going to know. I will never look deeper into this.
The movie doesn't exist anyway, so it's okay.
It was like a direct-to-DVD thing.
Oh, my God.
We will never know because I will not look into it any more than I already did. Anyway, so
Okay.
Jeffrey Combs is ostensibly here.
He's in like a surgery theater, and the ceiling above him is made out of glass.
Yeah.
And there's a bunch of patients like looking down at what they're doing.
Yeah,
through the
I think
glass.
it's supposed to be like an operating theater,
Yeah.
but it's encased, so it looks like a skylight.
It looks like a skylight,
Yeah, it
yeah.
feels like they're on the roof of this place, but this is the basement, and
It's
they're
probably
just...
one of those things where like they have light filter from somewhere up higher and they put the window in so that it continued to go
Sure.
down. They did that a lot in like
Yeah,
the
because
Victorian age. So
electric
this is
lights
later,
were
but
practical for that, so
Correct.
they're not natural light in.
yeah.
They're all thumping up there.
Yep.
And then,
back to the orderly in the office, and he's using his pencils to like write in a logbook.
yeah,
or
they
something.
do a lot of like close-up work on him, bringing these, tapping them in his hand and then sharpening them.
And then we see as he's writing in this ledger that he's surrounded by patients, tapping on the glass and like looking at him through the mesh.
Yeah, there's one directly in front of him that's just like staring at him.
And he just ignores it.
And he just kind of shakes his head and looks
Yeah.
back down. And then the camera moves over his shoulder, and there's like 5 of them in the window behind him.
Right, and then suddenly they start breaking the glass.
They explode in.
Yeah, and they overrun the small office and they start attacking him. And then one of the patients grabs the pencils and stabs him through the jugular.
Yeah, and this is probably the best moment of gore in this movie. Well, maybe. I don't know.
I mean, it's the only one that we actually see, really.
Yeah, we only see the results of the others. And so the 3 pencils, go through his neck, and it looks gory and really sets the scene. So in the operating theater, the crazies...
Yeah, they're basically,
Break in
they
there
break the
as
glass
well.
there, they break in, everything is being overrun. The
And-
surgeon then flips a switch that makes all the windows get covered with like these metal plates.
Yeah,
they all come down. We
it's
see
like
like
a lockdown
the movie flashes
situation.
to the gears moving as it lowers the place.
Giant metal blast doors. Kind of,
cover every window.
over 'em.
And
See,
door.
I was gonna say maybe because of whatever time period in the past this is that it predates, but like they tend to have the security glass now that has like the mesh inside of it, and then when you break it, you can't get through. But now you're just telling me that they have like Fort Knox capabilities to like bring down steel
Yeah.
doors, and I was like,
But it's only on the outside.
nobody
of the
wanted to
building,
just put in the mesh.
I just realized
and the
that's why it's
glass.
so tall. Because they have to store all those steel plates.
I love that logic. Lots of
Solved
thought
it.
went into this.
Solved it.
Okay, so then we start seeing video footage of the patients like treating the nurses and doctors the same way that they treated them. So like they're holding them down and cutting into them and stuff like that.
The movie goes to very great lengths to make you sure that all the women are sexually assaulted
Yes.
because they all get their clothes ripped off.
Yes.
And I'm just like, okay, we don't need that.
And then we hear a voiceover of it like an old-timey newsreel, like the kind you would go to the theater for.
yeah.
And then it says October 11th, 1931, Los Angeles.
Yep.
It's the Vannicut Psychiatric Institute for the Criminally Insane.
Fire consumes everything and everyone in LA's respected Vonnegut. I wonder if it's Vonnegut as in like Wannacut.
It's Vonnegut.
It's Vonnegut.
Okay.
But they have these bad German accents later.
Oh,
so it's
I
like
don't know.
Vonnegut.
Yeah, it's the most celebrated hospital in LA, but it turned into a sanitarium of slaughter, run by a surgeon god mad, and his name was Dr. Richard Benjamin Vannicut. And there were only 5 survivors.
Yeah.
They tell us.
Yeah, it's underlined later. I mean,
Yeah.
it's,
So the people who are going to come to the house are going to be the descendants of
Good
the five-
job!
and that was House on Haunted Hill, everybody. We,
Jamie solves the movie.
Do we have a question from John?
Yes, this movie sucks so much that you can already tell what's gonna happen.
Yeah, it's just right there.
Yeah. Okay,
Got
so this newsreel was being shown on a TV show that's kind of like Unsolved Mysteries.
It's very much. I mean, this is Peter
It's called,
Graves.
right, yes, it's called Terrifying But True instead of Unsolved Mysteries.
And
But yeah.
Peter Graves is playing himself. He's credited as himself doing
Okay.
this, and he's actually like anyway. But he's very clearly doing a Robert Stack impersonation.
Right.
He sounds very Unsolved Mysteries.
Right.
And he's got the trench coat on, and he's walking
does.
towards camera, and is
Yes.
like, "Did this fiery play? Blah blah blah." And the person watching this is Famke Janssen. Her character is Evelyn. She is in a bubble bath drinking a
In
Bloody
a very
Mary.
elaborate bathroom.
Obviously in a Los Angeles mansion, and she's drinking a Bloody Mary
She
in
is.
a bathtub, and I'm just like,
And watching TV.
that's disgusting.
Yeah,
I don't know
it is.
why
How can you
it's
be that
gross.
hot and drink tomato juice?
Yeah,
Whatever.
it's so gross.
So the TV show tells us that the house has almost been completely restored, and it'll be open soon. And so she picks up the phone and she calls a man.
Someone. She's like, that gives me an idea, essentially, and
Yeah.
she calls somebody.
So then it flashes to a man named Price, who is being interviewed by Channel 3 News.
So this is Stephen Price, and he's played by Jeffrey Rush. Obviously,
We all know Jeffrey Rush.
we all know Jeffrey Rush. My favorite is Casanova, Frankenstein, and Mystery Men. And we're going to have to figure out a way to do Mystery Men, because I love
I mean, it's a good movie.
that's Patreon content.
Yeah.
I mean, boy, I think people don't agree with that, but I love that movie.
I love that movie too.
I haven't seen it in so long. But I will say that the one thing that I still repeat to this day is I'll sometimes go around and be like, the spleen.
I say I'm a ticking time bomb of fury all the time. I am a ticking time bomb of fury.
It's a nice cult classic.
And Tom Waits is in it.
Yeah,
Anyway,
it does.
Sorry, can we just talk about Mystery Men now?
Does Tom Waits have the issue with bunny rabbits in that movie that he also has later? Doesn't he? I don't remember. Am I superimposing that movie with the seven?
It was Seven Psychopaths.
Okay. All right. Whatever.
Yeah, maybe. Now that you say that, I think
I feel like
he's
it's in-
Dr. Heller, and in his carnival
like there's
workshop,
bunnies in that one,
I feel
too.
like there's bunnies running around. But
But
I
they're
think
chickens in wrist cutters. It's chicken.
Yeah, he's pulling. I think those are supposed to be angel feathers. He keeps pulling them out of his pocket.
Okay.
Let's talk about wrist cutters.
I like that movie.
Okay, back to Channel 3
Anyway.
News. So Channel 3 News is Lisa Loeb and James Marsters.
For reasons I cannot fathom, Lisa Loeb and Spike from Buffy the Vampire Slayer show up in this movie for this
One scene. Yeah.
See, that's the kind of stuff I like about movies made in this time. I'm
Yeah.
like, yes.
So,
That's what I wanna hear.
Yeah,
God,
so
Spike.
Lisa Loeb's interviewing him, and James Marsters is the cameraman. And Mr. Price is debuting his newest roller coaster
Yes.
experience called Terror Incognita.
And they want to know why it's so scary. And he says something about, like, if you get up to the top and you can see all the scary up close.
Well, no, okay, so
something.
what Jeffrey Rush is doing here is a combination between Vincent Price, he's got the little pencil mustache, and William Castle himself. Because William Castle always had a gimmick to his movies. This one I'll bitch about later. You know, it's with 13 Ghosts, it was the glasses that you could take on and off in order to make ghosts like 3D go away. In House on Haunted Hill, when a skeleton comes out of the acid vat, a prop skeleton flies also over the movie theater crowd. And that was called a Merjo. So Lisa Loeb asks him, what's your gimmick for this one?
Right.
Because apparently Price, who doesn't just make roller coasters, he designs Disneyland as
He
parks.
designs amusement parks. Scary amusement parks.
Has a gimmick for his rides.
Right.
And he's like, it just looks like a roller coaster to me. And he's like, have you ever seen a roller coaster that starts on the 20th floor? So you have to take this giant elevator up to the top in order to get into your car.
Right.
Right. And this all looks great. This is actually the Incredible Hulk roller coaster in
Oh, is
Orlando,
it?
Florida, which I think is still open today. So they're there at a real ass roller coaster that's green and goes all over the place.
Favorite and maybe only thing that I know about this movie is that he designs roller coasters. And I was like, what a weird choice. And then
such a
you
weird
were
choice.
like, you know what his job's going to be? Roller coaster designer.
Roller Coaster Tycoon.
I'm like-
That's like the screenwriter didn't want to work today, and he just was playing Roller Coaster
He's like,
Tycoon.
Just mad-libbing the characters. He was like, I need a career.
It's very weird because when they get in the elevator, they're going up. You know, it's got a grate for a floor so you could see it all.
Yep.
The ground drop away, and it's
sounds
rushing
horrible.
up the windows on the side, so it seems to be going up very fast. Loeb and Spike are in there with him, and he's assuring them that this is all safe because it starts like creaking and stuff.
He said, like, steel, something about steel has to, like, settle in or something. New steel.
This is brand new. And then
No.
he says, believe me, I've designed and built 6 of these amusement parks, and I haven't lost a soul yet.
Yes.
And at that point, all hell breaks loose and the elevator drops. You hear a ping and it starts falling. You see the ground coming. And James Marsden starts having a hilarious...
He starts jumping up and down. Do you remember, like, that myth that if you're in the air when it
so
hits
that
the
you, like,
ground that you be safe?
And he's like going, oh, God. Like, he has which I understand if you really think you're going to die. Your decorum's going to go. But he's playing it so, like, panicky sissy that it's... I think he's like, I'm in this movie for, like, 4 seconds. I'm going to try to do something.
Well, he wanted to show his range because
Exactly.
he'd been Spike the whole time. Also, can we just add how much hotter Spike was than Angel? Anybody?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. Agree. Yeah.
I think only because later on when Buffy and Spike start fucking, that's basically all they do. When they have sex, they destroy rooms and even houses. Like, that was the joke, is that there were 2
They're
superpowers
so violent.
during their violent sex,
Too
and I was
much.
just like, that's kind of hot. actually.
Oy.
Anyway, everyone's panicking, and just as they're gonna hit the ground, you know, the camera's up above them, you see the ground, and it goes to snow, and the
It's a
ground
TV
coming
screen,
up
yeah.
was a television screen. The elevator doors open up, and
They're at the
Bryce walks out.
platform.
They're at the top,
That's
Yep.
the part of the ride.
and then Jeffrey Rush turns to camera and goes, from here, it gets really scary. And right when the coaster goes over his head,
Yes.
and it's a cool shot.
It was a cool shot.
The timing was perfect. He tips his glasses down and basically addresses the
It was
audience.
like a, yes.
And I just wish that was true. That's not true. We're standing in the best part of the movie right now.
Okay, so they get on the platform, and the news crew gets on the roller coaster. They're going on a ride, and there's a terrifying part in the roller coaster where, like, they're on the roller coaster, and in front of them, it looks like the tracks break, and a car, like, shoots off, and Marsters again, Spike, he's, like, freaking out. Oh, my God, we're gonna die. And then the track goes back down, and then continue on.
So it's a double gimmick thing.
Yeah.
Where, and this is cutting back and forth between Price now on the phone call. He's returning the call to his wife, Famke, who's surely out of the bathtub by now.
Yes.
And a little maintenance guy comes up to him and goes, I think we have a problem. And Price looks up, and that's when
the tracks break.
The tracks have broken, and a whole car full of people fly off.
Yep.
And then it cuts back, and he's like, what's the problem? As the thing goes down, he's like, passenger number 6 keeps flailing his arm around. And he's like, well, just replace him with a screamer. And he's like, okay. And they're putting in a second dummy car. So that car that flew off is
full of dummies. Yeah.
Which I find it hilarious that they would throw a fucking roller coaster cart into the water.
Yeah, I was like, you still
every
have to
single time
get
this
that.
thing, everything this time this thing goes to scare people.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's the end of this scene, right?
So Evelyn wants him to hire the Hill House. Tells
the
him,
Vannacut Hospital.
yeah, she wants him to hire it for her birthday party. And she's like, I left a guest list on your desk, and so when you return to the office, it'll be there. So he goes,
a weird, creepy little lady.
yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, there's a reason. We'll get there. So he gets to his office, and then he sees her, like, 2-page long guest list, and he shreds it. And then he starts making a memo to invite his own people.
He's going to invite his own people.
Yeah.
And the people he starts writing down are the director of the movie, the writer of the movie, characters from movies of theirs before.
Okay.
And then he gets called to a meeting.
He gets called to a meeting, so he puts his computer to sleep. And then as he's left the room, the computer comes back on, and the mouse starts moving, and it starts deleting the guest list.
It's just like
and
somebody
typing
just
its own.
got remote access to the computer.
Exactly.
Is all it looks like.
It's all it is.
I guess in 1999 we were like, ooh, ghosts. And now it's just like, oh, IT's remoted
Yeah, that's
into
what
the
I
computer
was
to
like.
fix something.
That instantly makes me be like, a person is behind this.
Yeah.
A human
Yes.
person.
So, yeah, a new list has been typed in, and fucking Sweet Dreams cover by Marilyn Manson, I hope you like that song, starts playing as we fade into a direct, like, one-to-one shot of the original, which is a funeral procession driving up the Hollywood
All
Hills.
the limos driving up?
Yeah, it's led by a hearse, and then all the limos are behind it, and we cut into each limo and kind of see our first glimpses of the characters that are coming up to this
Right,
point.
and we kind of like get introduced. They don't actually say anything, but we see their faces, the guests.
They're all looking at...
And they're all looking at their invitation, so the movie reads us like a different sentence as it introduces us to each person.
This is why this would never happen to me, because if I get an invitation to a thing from a person
million
I'd never met,
Jamie.
you get money?
Yes, let me
$1
read
million.
it. Okay, so it says terror.
I don't believe it.
It says terror, humiliation, perhaps even murder will be the entertainment.
Nope.
With $1 million paid to those who survived the entire night inside the walls of the house on Haunted Hill.
And honestly, the thing that gets me the most about that is humiliation. That is in itself such a sadistic word to include that I would be like, nah, you're going to do something put me in a box and poop on me or something. I don't know. I'm going to be naked at some point. And,
No. Again, you don't know who sent it. You're going to a place you've never been.
Yeah.
They're like, we'll give you money. I'm like,
Well,
why would I
it does
trust
say
you?
that they're going to a birthday party for the
Yeah, but
Do they know her?
Evelyn Stalkered Price.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And nobody knows each other at all. Though.
No.
So it could be any name.
Yeah, it could be.
So in the original, it's $10,000.
Okay, well, that makes sense. It's a much earlier.
And now it's $1 million to survive that. They'll go.
Yeah,
way
if I
into
got
that
an
more.
invitation for $10,000, I'm like, that's not even enough.
No.
But 1959, $10,000 is a very different than
100%.
1999, $10,000. So.
And
$1 million's not even enough.
$1 million in 1999 is way different than $1 million today.
It is, I know. Okay, so then there's a man at the gates, and he's flagging down the limos. He's got like a beat-up red car next to him. He's telling them all, get out of your car. We're going to have to walk the rest of the way because the driveway's out.
Okay, this is the character I'll get into now. He's my favorite character in this. This is, what do you call him, Watson or Pritchett?
I call him mostly Pritchett.
Okay, so did I.
But I did introduce him right here as Watson Pritchett.
Okay, his name's Watson Pritchett. This is also a character from the original. The names are the same, playing the same type of character.
Right.
This is being played by Chris Kattan, who is an actor that I normally don't like. I love him in this.
Yeah.
Because he's being funny, but
not
he's
over the
not a
top.
funny character.
Right.
He's put out. He's anxiety-ridden. He doesn't want to be here. And he's like, all right, guys, let's do it. He's like a really annoyed and harried tour guide.
Right.
It's like, well, you got to be on foot now. Let's move it forward. And
Yep.
everybody's getting out, and everybody gets their first lines here.
Yes. So they want to know what's going on and if the house is really haunted.
Yeah.
And what's with the weird invitations. And then the lights in the house light up.
Yeah, he's like, we'll explain this. I'm the wrong person to ask. And he gets a flashlight. He's like, and as the flashlight won't turn on behind him on the hill, the whole house lights up.
Yeah.
And Peter Gallagher, which I don't know if we're doing people yet, but he's like, that was a nice trick. And he's like, yeah, I worked on that all night. Like, he doesn't, he's like, I'm over this. That wasn't me. Like, but I don't even want to fucking engage with you.
He's definitely put out about the whole situation.
How are we doing the characters?
When he asks what their names are.
Okay, so in 20 minutes. Right?
Yeah. That's not in 20 minutes.
Okay, so these four...
We're just calling them the guests for
yeah,
now. Okay,
two women, 2 men.
Yes, there's 2 women and 2 men. They all start walking up the hill towards the house. And when they get to the house, you can tell it's like a huge Art Deco, both inside and out.
The Griffin Park Observatory.
It is. They use the Griffin Park
fucking
on the outside.
That front has been used in like 50 movies. So it's so funny when you see the back, you're like, well, that's not even a house. I don't know what the fuck that is. And then you get to the front and it's just the Griffith Park Observatory with a matte painting behind it. And you're like, well, this isn't a house either.
Well, inside, the lobby's been restored. Like, there's a reception table and a fireplace, and everything's Art Deco. It's
Once
pretty
they
nice.
step inside, it's very much a set.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like a lobby of a hotel.
Yeah.
Off to one side is a bar and a fireplace.
And then there's a very strange Cubist-style stained glass ceiling.
Yeah, this is weird.
The guests find it spooky. And they think it was Mr. Price who made this glass. But, Pritchard says that it's always been that way. Dr. Vannicut thought it would drive demons from the mind of the insane.
Yeah, and it always scared him.
He said it was from the Middle Ages, but, it literally is Cubist.
It's Cubist. It's like Cubist's face is screaming.
Yeah, I mean,
and all red and gold and
it's
whatever.
of the era of the building that it's supposed to be in.
Yeah. But Pritchard says that it always freaked him out as a child,
Sure.
which immediately kind of sets you like, who are you then? And he won't, at this point, cross the threshold.
No, he won't come inside. He's in the doorway.
Yeah.
Then Evelyn Price walks in and drops a suitcase. Yeah. She looks around and goes, who the fuck are you?
Who the fuck are you people?
Yeah.
And at that moment, the stained glass ceiling explodes.
Yes.
Raining down.
Tiny pieces, and Taye Diggs' character dives at her to save her from a giant glass shard.
Yeah, he basically throws his body over and they land on a table and a giant, blade of glass goes into the table.
And it slices her cheek. Yeah.
And then she's like, get off me.
Yeah. Evelyn thinks that...
Okay.
Yeah, she's not nice. Evelyn thinks that...
he saved you and that it's Taye Diggs.
Well,
you're on me.
So what is about to happen is we're going to explore the relationship between Stephen Price and Evelyn a little bit.
Sure, and by the way, that's your job.
Okay. I mean, I kind of see where you're going with this. So in the original...
I just meant, I didn't write it down. I didn't care enough.
So these two characters think that each other are fucking with each other because that's their entire relationship.
Yes.
And honestly, I was thinking when I was watching this, if I had unlimited funds, you probably would have to deal with this. For real.
You'd play pranks on me.
Not pranks at all, but birthday parties would be elaborate puzzle boxes.
They already are.
I like this elaborate. Go to on.
Okay.
I'm not the type of person to go to places of real tragedy.
Sure.
And Price really isn't either. When Evelyn was like, I want to go here, he's like, well, that's kind of perverse.
Yeah.
But I would put people through super elaborate, what I do already, but sky's the limit.
Right.
So over time, I think you would be like, okay, if you got in an emergency situation or a bad situation, you would maybe go, all right, this is not actually happening. You're trying to trick me into thinking that this is spooky, and I'm kind of over it, and I don't want to do this anymore.
Right.
So that's going to be there to pass the line of credulity.
Credulity.
Thank you. These people keep thinking the two of them are fucking with each other way too long in this movie before they go, oh, we're in a bad place.
You're not in on it?
Well, neither one can stop, though. They're both stubborn assholes.
They're both stubborn assholes, and they're both kind of legit trying to kill each other for years.
Yes.
Which in the OG, that has happened.
Yeah.
So Vincent Price Evelyn is his 5th wife. They have all died of mysterious circumstances, and she's convinced that he's just doing this type of shit to set up to kill her.
Right.
The main storyline through this is actually the same from 59.
Okay.
It's just as edgelordy, stupid, and it takes a long time to get there.
Got it. So Evelyn thinks that Price rigged the ceiling to try to kill her, but he's like, it was the house. And then he tells her, like, the house has marked you to be the first to die.
Based on...
Well, that's what he says. Based on, he's like, isn't that the story, Pritchard?
Yes.
And Pritchard is like, didn't your father and grandfather
He kind of agrees,
die
but then
here?
he's like, well, but my grandfather died in his sleep in Miami. My father died in a construction accident fixing up the place. But he's fine. He's like, I'm fine. I feel good. I just like to get paid.
Yeah. His grandfather designed the place.
Yes.
And then died in his sleep in Miami.
Because
and
he's
his
the owner
father
of this
was
house.
renovating the place and died in some sort of accident
Right.
here.
Okay, so Price then goes on that mercenary note, let's the games begin. And then Evelyn would like to have a word with her husband, so they go upstairs, and he directs the rest of the party to the salon where there is food and booze.
Right.
At this point, Pritchard has to come inside the house. The maintenance guy that works for Mr. Price is like in a security room with a bunch of cameras that are all set up to like film different parts of the house or do something. I'm not sure. And he's watching the security camera as we see Evelyn and Mr. Price go into a bedroom and she starts yelling at him.
Right. So this is clearly to show that they have set up a bunch of stuff in this house.
What is a prank? What's not a prank?
Right. Except nothing's a prank because this man in this control room literally never does a single fucking thing to make anything happen.
No,
ever.
he's just watching.
He's just watching.
Yeah.
So there's no like, this thing is what they set up to do, and it's only ghosts.
Yeah. So Evelyn wants to know what happened to her guest list, and he says he changed it after he shredded hers. But those people down here are not who he invited. And he thinks that she hacked into his computer and changed the guest list. And she's like, I would never invite those people. And he's like, what? Then it was ghosts? So it seems that their marriage is contentious. Yeah.
And it explores just through their bitching back and forth that every celebration they do is filled with this kind of like love of serial killers and shit.
Is this the part where he brings up the 2 times she had already tried to kill him?
Yes.
Okay.
The OJ, the retracting OJ knife that didn't quite retract, and the Jim Jones Kool-Aid that was just that.
Yes.
And I'm just like, okay, movie. What the fuck? Like, okay, I guess. Like, who would come to your party?
Yeah.
This is why you have to pay people $1 million to come to your birthday.
That's correct. So she says that she's going to go run her body under scalding water where he touched her and call a cab, and he returns downstairs.
Yeah, they just hate each other.
So in the salon, he tells the party about $1 million and what they'll get if they survive the night when the sun comes up. And if any of them die, they lose. The remaining $5 million will get split across any survivors, you know.
So on the bright side, if everyone dies and you're the lone survivor, you'll walk out of here with $5 million.
Yes. Mr. Pritchett does not want to stay, and he wants his money that was agreed to rent the place. And Mr. Price says, okay, and begins to sign a regular check, not one of the big checks that he had made.
And Chris Kattan is the character's so real about wanting to get out of here, but he's so funny in this. He almost acts like a baby. He's like, I want the check now. I want it because I want it. And he's like having this little like pissy
Yes,
fight.
that actually happens in a second.
Okay.
But it's fine.
It is. Why go through every single step of this?
Because this is where we introduce all the characters, and then he says that shit.
So character introduction seems important.
So Price is like, hey, meanwhile, while we're filling this out, why don't you tell me what all your names are? And he's got like a little notepad, and he's writing people's names down. And so we hear, it's Donald W. Blackburn, M.D. So
this
he's
is
the
Peter
doctor.
Gallagher.
Mm-hmm.
Can we, you finish introducing the characters, then I'll tell you Peter Gallagher's greatest role ever.
Okay. And then we have Melissa Margaret Marr, celebrity.
This is, see, they do it so late. I have to go back up in my notes to get This is, hang on, everybody just get out that AI to take out the ums out. Okay. This is
No, it's
This is the
terrible.
only one I had to go back for because I don't. The actress is Bridget Wilson Sampras, and all I know her from was like the love interest in Billy Madison. Every time I see her at first blush, I think it's Missy Pyle.
It's not the love interest from Billy Madison.
It is Billy Madison's teacher.
Oh, sorry. I was
But who-
transposing it with Happy Gilmore.
Yeah,
Sorry. I'm
who
like,
is the love
yeah.
interest.
Okay.
Anyway,
so then
she's a celebrity, and she is constantly. She's got this
constantly
weird,
filming.
chunky,
yeah, it's got like a screen on it, but it's like super chunky.
like camcorder. Or
Camcorder,
whatever.
yeah.
So she's filming the whole time,
Then we have Eddie Baker, former pro baseball player.
and that's Tay Diggs,
And then we have Jennifer Jensen, executive VP, Lathrop International Pictures.
and that's Ali Larder.
Yes. And this is where Pritchett then demands his check right now because he wants it now. He wants to leave.
You give me my check because I want it, so you
So-
give it.
Peter Gallagher's greatest role. Can you guess it? Can you guess it?
This movie.
No, I don't know. What is it?
It's Sandy Cohen, the dad on the OC.
Oh, yeah, I've never seen that.
I do think he came up before in that whatever episode that was where you wouldn't stop talking about the OC.
Wasn't he the priest in High Spirits?
I don't know what that is.
I don't know. I know he was the invalid father in that weird Infinite Playlist show.
He has played so many dads. He also played Schmidt's dad on New Girl.
I didn't watch that show, but I thought it was interesting because that show, everybody would break out into song. And so he played half of his role in a wheelchair because he had a stroke.
Oh, Zoe's Extraordinary
Yeah,
Playlist.
I
yes.
liked that show.
And then he got to like sing and dance
Yeah.
because it was in her head.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
thought that was interesting.
It was, yeah. But after the first season, it declined, unfortunately.
Yeah.
He's always seemed really weird looking to me. He's kind of hot in this. Like, he's super thin down. His eyebrows aren't going
Well, that's
crazy.
like in High Spirits, too. They put him as the hot priest, so...
Yeah, okay. He's very much shows his, like, soap opera roots in this. Like, anyway, that's the four of them.
Okay, so Price hands Pritchard a check, and he begins to stomp off, but then we hear whirring noises.
Yeah.
And the gears begin to lower, the
Those gears
steel
from the
walls.
beginning, and of course, here comes what you knew was going to happen, the lockdown.
And he's like, I think I gotta go, and he runs for it.
And he slides so far away from this door from making it. There's that he actually hits his head when it comes down. And he actually screams fuck in such a way that I was like, you poor guy. This is like your worst nightmare.
Yeah. So then he runs down a hall trying to get to another door, because they're all falling at different times, you know. After everything closes, we hear glass breaking, and the guests and Mr. Price go down the hall, and they see that Mr. Pritchard is, like, punched through the glass,
He's
trying
punching
to
the
get...
glass. His fists are bleeding.
Yeah, because the steel plates have covered the windows, and he's trying to get himself out, but he can't. And he explains that the mechanism is how everybody burned to death back in 1931.
Yeah.
And Dr. Vanicott threw the switch because if he was going to die, everybody was going to die.
Right. This is where it's reiterated that there were only 5 survivors. They were the sadists on Vandicott's
Yeah,
staff.
they were not any patients. They were all part of the staff, the ones that survived. And they want to know why his dad didn't disable the device, but Pritchard says that it was on the list, but the house got him first.
Yeah, and he's like, I
On
thought
the
you said.
list.
He's like, I thought you said, you know, that
It
was
was
an
just a
accident.
story,
And
yeah.
he does a pretty great delivery here where I lied. The house is alive. We're all going to die. And he just walks past them.
He's just like, at that moment, all the spirit went out of him.
Exactly.
He's resigned to death.
You know what he's doing here? He's acting.
He's acting.
It's something that no one else in this movie does. Like, Jeffrey Rush and Famke are
They're
great
great.
vampers.
Yeah.
But of the characters that you're supposed to be rooting for, not them, obviously, Kattan is doing stuff. I can't express Ali Larder's, like, delivery. Her acting in
Yeah.
this movie,
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
When she does deliver a line with some emotion, it's the 180 wrong emotion
No,
than
where-
what should be happening.
Where is she in the realm of Final Destination? Has the second one come out yet?
I have no... I thought to look that up. I was like, did this kill her career?
It might have.
Well, she did Heroes.
did she?
And that
Okay.
was a big show, but that was a huge ensemble.
Yeah, it was.
So, and like Peter Gallagher is like, and Melissa, they just haunt they're just in the background of
They are.
rooms for so long.
They
in
are
this.
for a long time. Okay, so Eddie asks Pritchett where the control room for the lockdown plates are, and he says it's in the basement, but you're not going to want to go down there. And Eddie and Jennifer are like, we're going down there. And then Evelyn says, wait, you should really bring something to protect yourself. And then she turns to her husband and says, where are the party favors?
Okay. So this is directly from the OG also. So off to the side, in this one, it is a big toe pincher casket. Mm-hmm. In the original, it's just a long table.
Okay.
They open up this coffin in this one, and there are 6, like...
They're like floating in dry ice.
floating in dry ice bath.
Yeah.
Little toe pincher caskets. Mm-hmm. And each one has a handgun in it.
Yep.
And that is what, in the OG, Vincent Price gives everybody a gun.
Right.
In this one, it's stupider because they're like, and the clips are welded shut, so we don't know if they're loaded or not. And I'm like, slide back the fucking thing and check if there's a bullet in there.
At least there's one.
Right.
In the chamber. Okay, Jennifer does not want a gun, but Eddie takes it, and Mr. Price says that he'll meet them down there. So Evelyn wants to know where he's going, and he's like, I just gotta go take a piss, you know?
Yeah.
So Pritchett actually
Goes back
shows
to the
them to the basement, and where it's like covered in cobwebs, and it's never been restored.
Yeah. So I do love that we're skipping every bit of like weird sexual snark in this.
I didn't feel like it was necessary.
It is absolutely not, and I approve. There's so much fucking flippant shit in
Yeah.
this.
There
that
is
really
really
annoys
bad
the-
lines. Sometimes they like say the same thing 4 times in a different sentence.
I-
It's so bad.
My note here, right here, is man, this dialogue.
It's so bad. If they were all high schoolers, it would make more sense for what was coming out of their mouths.
And not only that, but also story-wise. So where I say, man, this dialogue is when they're still upstairs and They're like, how are we going to get out of here? And Pritchard said, the cleaning crew is coming at 9 a.m. We'll just stay the night. You already were staying the night. And then the next line is, Ali Larder's character says, I think someone's just trying to scare us into leaving and us being out of a whole lot of money. You literally can't leave.
You can't
That's
leave.
what the problem with the movie is right now, Ali. What the fuck? So many times I think it feels like the actors read their lines and memorized them and were so checked out they didn't have any context for like what was going on, so no one knew that how these people were talking to each other were like aliens talking to each other. They didn't actually understand.
Now, in the original, was this lockdown facility the same thing where they put down all the...
Not at all. So they're just in a scary mansion that had 7 deaths in it previously. It's less of a horror movie than like intrigue. And everyone just wants to stick it out for the $10,000. And then when things start happening, everybody wants to investigate.
So it's almost like the lines of the movie were written before the contraption was written. And it's possible they just like added that after the fact and like plugged it in where it fit and they didn't change any of the script.
It's strange.
It is strange. Okay, so Jennifer and Eddie go down to the basement.
With Pritchard,
and he goes to turn on the light. When he finally gets it going, they're surrounded by monstrous bodies in glass displays.
Yeah, so these bodies are, boy, I have a note here I really want to say, but it goes back a little bit, so I'm not going to do it. Look at that. Look at that restraint. Michael. Good boy. So the bodies in here look like does anybody know, it's all internal organs and musculature. Like one sitting on a horse that's also kind of flayed like that.
Yep.
And it looks like the body's exposition that turned out to, they're like plasticized.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, and it turned out to be all Chinese people of unverified origin. That was almost certainly a human rights crime. Like I saw a version of that. I think it was called Body Works or something at Union Station. And when you walk through, you're like, who were these people?
Yeah.
And apparently they were like prisoners.
That's terrifying.
It was a real bad move.
Well, after that jump scare, in quotes.
Yeah.
For
Lights turned on and there were things next to them.
Yeah, they head down a hallway and...
Although I do love when Pritchard turned on the lights, he goes, oh yeah, these things. I love that delivery. Sorry, I'm trying to find gold.
Okay, so they start going down a hallway, and then halfway through the hallway, the ceiling crashes down trying to kill them.
Just rocks, yeah.
Yeah,
Rocks
it's just like stones, yeah. They make Pritchett take the lead to show them where the control room is.
Yeah.
Now, Price has gone back to the security setup where his employee is. He tells him next time to warn him before he pulls the stunt like that. And the guy's like, the lockdown thing? I didn't do that.
He's like, I'm literally doing nothing in here the whole movie.
Yeah, and then so... and Price is like, I know she did it somehow.
Right. Somehow Evelyn's doing this, which that doesn't make any sense.
Back in the basement, Jennifer makes a snarky comment to Pritchard, and he's like, I didn't want to come down here. There hasn't been any changes as part of the house since 1931.
Yeah.
And then this is an actual jump scare. Price shows up across the hall. This actually made me jump.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
He just walks
He just
across
walks,
frame.
and it did. It scared the fucking shit out of me for a second. That's the only one in the movie, by the way. That's the only scary part in the entire movie.
Oh, good. G-rated.
So they head down. Okay, we're going to spend so much fucking time in this basement, and all it is dimly lit green walls with piles of gurneys and wheelchairs.
And doorways. Yeah.
It's the horror corridor, and it's 50% of this movie.
Yes.
I just have fond memories of the roller coaster in the beginning because that was a real thing.
So this is where Jennifer is like, what's down there?
Yeah.
And so it looks like there's a metal door, like in a hallway that's behind a bricked up wall that's been kind of smashed in like a little bit.
Yeah, so the wall clearly was bricked in and there's piles of bricks on the floor and then the metal door itself is corroding.
Yes. And Pritchard said he's never been in there, but it's not the way out. And it looks like somebody really tried to keep something in.
Yeah.
They continue down a different hall.
The camera does move in on a close-up on the door, and there's these weird little black, like, wiggles.
Yes,
like little
exactly. Well, it looks like there's, like, rust on it, and the rust is wiggling.
Yeah.
Like vines.
It's actually kind of cool. That little
it's like
tiny aspect of
It's the
this
only
thing.
CGI that works for the entire movie.
Oh, God, yes. We'll get there. God, the CGI in this movie is
it's really bad.
Fucking
it's
dog
so
shit.
Bad. So they come across an electroshock therapy room.
Yeah.
And Pritchett says that there are multiple rooms like this, that Vanica used to like to have 18 patients hooked up simultaneously to save on energy, so you could shock them all at the same time.
Which I thought, 18 is going to be a thing. That never comes back.
No, it doesn't. After looking at the room, they move on, and they come to a room with a big machine in it. And Pritchard's like, shoot, we should have gone left.
Because this is the saturation chamber.
This is the saturation
Pritchard
chamber.
just is like, they're like, what is that thing? It's like saturation chamber, and then he doesn't explain.
Yeah. And so Jennifer and Eddie go down a hallway while Pritchard is explaining what the saturation chamber is.
Oh, so he does here. And what is it? It's like so stupid. It's Vannicutt's thing for schizophrenia.
Yes, he says, what would drive a man insane would drive a madman sane.
Sure. Yeah, you just reverse the current.
It's the... It doesn't matter if you get it right. It's the dumbest idea in the world. And I love when we get into the saturation chamber and see what it is, I was like, what the fuck?
I know, it's hilarious. He would bombard the patient with images and weird noises and try to scare them back to normal.
Scare them back to sanity.
Pritchett then stops talking, and Jennifer and Eddie call out to them, but they don't respond, so they go back to the room and they're gone. Jennifer says, I do not want to be lost down here, and they go looking. Pritchett and Price have gone down a separate hallway, and they are quietly looking for the control room. Right. Jennifer decides to try something, and
this is great. I love
she
this.
like gets up on a gurney with Tadig's help, and they try to wire lights back on.
Yeah. Well, okay. I'm going to explore this a little bit, and I understand why you didn't, but it's so fucking... Okay, so she's like, help me up here. And
oh, yeah, I didn't care about that.
He grabs her hips in such a way, and then when she gets up there, she's like, hey, that wasn't an invitation to him. And looks down, and he's just smiling smugly, and she's just like, whatever. Then she sticks her fucking whole ass hand into a hole filled with knob and tube electricity, and I'm like, no. And somehow goes click, click, and lights kind of come on, flickering lights.
Yes.
And she's like, it's better than nothing. And then is like, help me down, big boy, or whatever the fuck. He grabs her right under her boobs to do it. And then they just stare at each other with fuck me eyes. And I'm like, get out of here, baby. Get out of here. This isn't...
It's not that kind of movie.
This isn't that kind of movie, and it won't be. It just...
That's the end of any sexual tension.
Exactly. And it's the gross...
It's like somebody said, hey, your characters have no depth. You need to add more stuff.
Stop wasting my time.
When you have Taye Diggs.
Yeah, well, turns out he's the hero of this movie.
Yes. Okay, so
but
Eddie...
Don't worry, it's no kind of...
Eddie then
by
asks...
accident.
Eddie then asks Jennifer what her real name is, because he's never met any executive who could tie their shoe, let alone rewire a building.
Right.
And she's like, what are you talking about? I'm Jennifer. And she starts to walk off, but Eddie doesn't follow. And Jennifer keeps talking, and she's like convincing herself to tell him the truth. And she's like, you're a genius for catching me.
That's so stupid. It's so fucking
Yeah, it's
dumb.
so dumb. And she's like, well, my real name is Sarah, and I'm just an assistant to Jennifer, not Jennifer, who's a real bitch. And
well, and so she's talking to no one.
And she's talking to no one because she doesn't realize he's not following.
There was a scene where she got this from her, and her real bitch assistant was played by Debbie Mazur.
Oh, really?
And I'm like, put Debbie Mazur in this. That's her name, the Pee-wee's like best friend.
Yeah, I was wondering why is she on the IMDb, but she was never in the movie.
Her scene got cut.
Oh.
Yeah, she was the real bitch that Ali Larter is talking about here.
Okay,
I don't know why they would cut that for time. Like, in a movie with, like, charisma suck, you could probably use Debbie Mazur vamping for,
absolutely.
like, 5 seconds.
That would have been a way better, but whatever. Okay,
it wouldn't have saved this thing at all. But.
No. So she finally realizes that she's alone. Down the hall, we see a shadow walk across the doorway. Sarah catches it out of the corner of her eye, and she begins to chase it down, thinking it's Eddie. We see Eddie is just standing there at the end of the hallway, and then he turns away, and Sarah goes to follow.
Yeah, so this is...
obviously she's being, just like in 13 Ghosts, she's being led down a hall.
Yeah, and it's Taye Diggs at this point, very clearly, like he's
possessed.
He's like standing in the corner waiting for the Blair Witch.
Yeah,
he's just like,
and his eyes look black and shiny.
Yeah, they glow at some point here. Yeah,
he leads her to a room that looks like a morgue with a cage in the back of it, and then in that cage,
just a
flapping thing starts.
Yeah, there's
in a straitjacket for a second.
There's like a straitjacket,
but she doesn't even catch that or what? Like, she just thinks it's him again. And obviously it's a ghost. Jesus Christ.
Well, nothing moves like that. This is very much the 90s, early 2000s, like, super shaky bullshit.
Yes.
That happens a lot.
I mean, at the beginning of this movie, they had to put a warning about shakiness and strobing stuff, you know. Whatever. Inside that room, Eddie is standing now on the edge of a giant barrel of blood.
There's just a vat of gore out of fucking nowhere. And I'm like, you're going to smell that in this house.
God. And then he looks at her, makes eye contact, and then just steps in. Just steps in. Yeah, and so she runs out there to save him, and she's reaching in and yelling for him, and take my hand.
So she is bent over this thing. This is the easiest place to do something really freaky or gory or whatever, and they lose it completely. Because she's holding on to something in this vat of red Caro syrup with chunks in it. It's splashing on her, and she's trying, and then Eddie comes in from the side and is like, what the
hell is going on? Yeah.
And now the thing that she's trying to save
grabs her back and starts pulling on her.
And I'm like, awesome, something cool is going to come out of this vat.
Nothing happens. He doesn't even make it to her before she is let go.
Yeah,
she's let loose. So then we cut to a scene where they're already back upstairs. She's pissed. She's taking off her jacket.
She's so clean. She's got like a smear of blood on her cheek now.
There's you can see where red Caro syrup stuck to her hands.
They're always so slight when they do with the face. They're like, oh, you've been in a serious fight. I will give you one cut. And that's it. So they can do one Band-Aid and you still look cute.
Yeah. It's what I've always called the I've been to hell and back cheek smudge.
Yeah. One little bit of blood and you're good.
Right, so they all think that Stephen Price is playing tricks, because they're up there, they're talking about it. So, like, Evelyn and the doctor were up there drinking.
This is the other thing. I love that Chris Kattan's character, he's not up here yet. Sorry.
Well, they are. The Pritchett and Price also show up.
He just, from this moment on, is drinking. Like, he just is, every bottle that he gets, Chris Kattan always has something in his hand.
It's the last night of my life.
Yes. They were trying to find the master control, but they couldn't find it. So something is hiding the room from them or something. But they don't say that, but us, the audience, we decipher that.
Dr. Don is just sitting in a chair. Peter Gallagher is just like, he doesn't even say anything. He's just like, I'm still in the movie.
Pritchett tells them that they've just been playing around with ghosts, and it's not even the worst of it yet. Wait till somebody lets out the darkness in this place. You'd hate that shit.
Yeah, he's like, it's great delivery. He's like, just wait till the darkness comes out. You're going to hate that shit.
It's like, I've lived through it. Yeah. I've survived it. You're not going to like it.
He's funny, man.
Price suggests that they all stick together. So Evelyn says, like, well, maybe then we should find the game show hostess.
Yeah, so she's gone. I love that. So Peter Gallagher, Doc Don is what I keep calling him here, says, well, we either stay the night and collect our money or we try to find a way out of here. And I'm like, dude, that's the whole movie. That's been the whole movie.
Such a bad script. Okay.
That will continue to be the whole movie.
Okay, so Evelyn just said, maybe we should find the game show hostess.
Yeah.
And then somebody in the crowd goes, where is she? And I'm just like, what the fuck, man? Okay.
Yeah. So then cut to her wandering down
the basement with her camera.
I hope you love this basement, everyone.
Yeah, we're constantly in the basement. She goes through the glass displays, and then she comes through a surgery theater, and she starts to see through the camera an old surgery.
Surgery from the beginning, essentially.
And then she looks up, and there's no surgery.
Right, so it's that thing where ghosts can be seen through cameras only.
So she looks back at the camera, and everybody is now turned to her and looking at her.
Again, so 2 nurses.
Yeah.
Jeffrey Combs there. Patient. And I don't know for the life of me why they didn't have the patient screaming and stuff. All of them look at her. If the patient screaming also did a look, that would have been so effective.
So much more effective,
Nope.
But they don't. So she puts it back down again, and then she looks over her shoulder. And as she does that, she's bombarded by, like, scary images and screams. I don't understand. Upstairs, they hear her scream, and then they run to go find her.
Yeah.
They leave Evelyn with Pritchard, and he says she's dead. He's like, she's dead. She was cute. And then he starts...
Yeah. I don't know why you wrote that one down.
I don't know either.
He's just like...
He's like, I want to get laid before I die.
She's dead.
Yeah.
She was cute. And that makes him think, I wish I had sex before I died.
Right.
And I'm like, so you're thinking of a cute dead person. It's so like...
And then she tells him to go fuck himself. Because he looked at her like, hey...
Oh, yeah. He's like,
doing?
Maybe we can fuck. And he's like, no, we're not doing that.
So in the basement, they just find a pile of blood and her camera.
Yeah.
But then there's a blood trail that they follow, but it kind of just disappears in the middle of the room. And then Sarah looks up.
Oh, I see.
And she notices the trail of blood goes up the wall and across the ceiling
and then disappears.
And then disappears into the wall.
I guess that's why I keep jumping the gun, is I don't know why it's necessary for them to be like, the blood disappears. And then they go, oh, no, it doesn't.
So everybody is clueless. Like, everybody cannot pay attention to their surroundings.
I am in a movie theater trying to get through this date. In 1999, with this girl who doesn't like me, and I don't like her.
Oh, God.
And this vibe isn't making any of this sense.
So somebody says she disappeared into the house, and I don't even remember who said it. Back upstairs, Eddie tries to get Pritchard to respond to him, but he angrily smashes a glass out of his hand. Yeah. Sarah's trying to figure out who Melissa was taping. She's like, got the camera. They gather around and they watch what Melissa was taping, and we just see her bloody hand twitching as she dies.
Yeah. This is almost I wonder if this got in my brain. Do you remember the thing I did for X where one of the things was like the Easter Bunny was buried, it was in our yard, and I did that video where it's just the hand and you hear the digging and it slowly gets covered with dirt.
Oh, yeah,
It's like shot for shot, other than instead of dirt.
I mean, the things that you remember in your hindbrain.
It's funny, I watched it, I'm like, great, this is stuck in my head.
So then Evelyn comes into the room applauding Price. She accuses him of hiring Melissa, but he says that he did not. She wants to know who's the next on his list to be murdered. And he says, who do you think? And she knows that knocking her off is the bottom line of this. But she's not going to make it easy, and she pulls one of those guns at him.
Yep.
And he tells her he never would have given her a loaded gun. And then she shoots, and the bottle of booze behind his head explodes.
Of course. And Jeffrey Rush is actually, like, kind of good here. He's literally, his snark drops, and he's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that should not have. So then she's like, I'm retiring for the night.
Yeah.
Everybody else splits up. And the doctor is going to go look for Mrs. Marr, which is Melissa.
Right. Price does claim to everybody that they should be blanks in the guns, which this is also from the OG, is that all the guns have blanks.
Sarah and Eddie are going to go try to find a way out of here, and Mr. Price goes to check on his employee. So as he gets to the security room, he goes to talk to him, but he's not responding, so he turns the chair around, and his face has been eaten or exploded.
Yeah,
it's just an empty, gaping hole.
It's like a shell of a pumpkin with a lower jaw with just a couple teeth. It looks cool. I wish I saw it happen. Like, what the fuck?
They don't have that kind of money, I guess, because they spend it all on bad CGI.
Spend it on Roller Coaster.
I think that roller coaster exists.
I love that, or like they got soaked by Universal. Orlando and be like, sorry, buddy. More. This Hulk ride doesn't run itself.
Roller coaster budget.
On the camera, as he's looking at his buddy, we see the ghost surgeon has advanced to the bar, and then in another screen, his wife in bed, and now Mr. Price is now worried about his wife. Sarah and Eddie are trying to pry open one of the lockdown gates, and Mr. Pritchett is digging through the desk for something. I don't even know.
That never comes back.
No, it doesn't. God damn it, this movie.
Yeah, man.
Like, they keep having scenes that mean nothing because they cut it out.
There's multiple cut scenes from this. That's how I knew about the Debbie Mazar thing. There's more to this.
And then the
honestly, thank God.
Right. I mean, it would have been so much longer. And then the doctor is in the basement, and the lights begin to flicker. And so they all meet up in the basement. And they realize that it's electroshock that's making the lights flicker.
Right.
And they run to a room, and it's Evelyn. And she's getting electroshocked.
Yeah. It's pretty harrowing. He's really flopping around. Everything's blue, white light sparking, and she's...
And Price is yelling at them to find a way to shut it off, and everybody's struggling to find a switch somewhere. Yeah. And they finally find a switch and turn it off, and they start taking everything off of her, and blood oozes from her mouth.
Yeah, she had a rubber hose strapped to her mouth. When they pull it out, the blood pours out.
Yeah. The doctor says she's dead. It's too late to try to save her. Yeah. And then Price gets really sad, and he tells her he's sorry. Mr. Pritchett then blames it on the house, and Price is like, it wasn't the goddamn house. It's one of you. You killed her.
Right.
Yeah. And then Price wants to know about the guy in the lab coat, which is the ghost surgeon. Yeah. With the mustache. He's been chasing this guy all over the house.
Right.
And Pritchett's like, Jesus, that's Vannicut.
That's Vannicut.
Price says, no, it's somebody working for one of you, and he pulls a gun on them. Who's going to tell me what's going on?
Sarah pulls a gun back, right?
Yeah, Sarah then pulls a gun at him and says, put the gun down. She's pointing a gun at him and tells him to put the gun down. And he won't. So then Eddie tries to get the gun away from Price.
Eddie basically just beats him down.
And they fight, and the gun goes off like 4 times.
Like so many times. Yeah. So stupid.
Eventually, he's subdued, and they lock him in the saturation chamber.
They decide to lock him in the saturation chamber.
So the doctor says he'll stay with Price while everybody else leaves. And so
Which
Price...
doesn't make any fucking... Whatever. But I know it's for the story, but...
Yeah. Price is trying to tell the doctor to open up the door, but he's not going to do that. And then he starts to turn on levers.
Yeah.
Like, he knows what he's turning on.
So Peter Gallagher suddenly starts acting.
Yeah.
Like, suddenly becomes a thing, and you're like, oh, you're a part of this somehow.
Yes.
And he turns on stuff, and he looks in at Price, and he goes, great party, right? And then walks away.
So it turns out, when he turns on the device, this is one of those old Victorian...
It's a Zeotrope.
Thank you. Animated thing. So you have... Yeah. It's like, it looks like a carousel, and it has pictures in it. And as you turn it, the pictures are animated through the little slits, you know?
It's just old, it's animation
and it was a cute toy for kids.
Yeah.
And it also has noise going on at the same time. There's weird noises happening as well.
And the
As
animation...
he turned it up all the way.
Yeah.
He turns all the way up.
And this will come back, but what we begin to see is the animation seems to be a man bouncing a ball.
Basketball.
That's all it is, a man in a suit bouncing a ball.
Yeah. And then the doctor just leaves. Yeah. So Sarah and Eddie are now investigating, and they find Vannicutt's office. Back at the saturation chamber, Price sees like a pair of goggles with a sign that says, in case of severe psychotic disturbance, apply hyper-comma filters. I Googled hyper-comma, and it means nothing.
Lindsay, are you saying that this movie's full of shit?
I was like, what is hyper-comma? I mean, like, that doesn't make any sense.
It also doesn't matter for the movie at all. So again, it's like
the only thing I can think of is like it gets more intense with the goggles. Maybe it adds like UV or.
But wouldn't it mean it's less because in case of like because he puts it on in order to like be better.
But it's also a machine where a sadistic doctor is trying to make you like crazy. You know, he's trying to cure your crazy with crazy. Right. And he could have just put this sign up there to make you feel like it's going to be better, but it's actually not.
Boy, 4D chess, you really, yeah. I'm sure that the thought in this screenplay about this and this alone.
Couldn't you just close your eyes?
Just close your eyes.
Yeah. You can just close your eyes.
I really think it was people trying to cram in a bunch of William Castle-ass shit into this, where it's like, well, in one of his movies, you had special glasses. And then they were like, oh, yeah, we're going to do that movie in 2 years.
Yeah.
Because 13 Ghosts comes out like in 2000, 2001 or something like that. So, yeah, it's like, I think this is our first redoing William Castle movies. And they're like, oh, he had this type of shit. And
Anyways, he puts on the goggles. And the animation of the guy bouncing a basketball like gets faster or weirder. I don't remember.
Sorry. Faster or weirder. I don't care.
Price is then passed out. Because he's definitely being haunted, and the world like turns all black and white, and there's like naked women in bondage situations, and he's got some sort of like metal plate on his mouth and like a traction unit on his head.
So what he is seeing here is more prolonged scenes that Melissa had this psychic flash when just before she was attacked. And it is like, it's a bunch of like madmen and naked women, essentially. And the mask that is on also is steel, and stamped on the steel is a smile. Right. And it really looks like the bottom
It looked like the steel from Beetlejuice when Lydia gets her mouth shut from Beetlejuice.
I was thinking it looked like the band Ghost, their masks, or like the Black Phone.
That. I didn't see
the Ethan Hawke horror movie.
I know what you're talking about, but I didn't watch it.
Okay. It's that.
It's possible it'll be a podcast movie at some point, so why would I watch it?
I don't. It's not fun. It's all just child abuse. No thanks.
Okay. So a nurse tells Price that he's sick, and then they cover his face in plastic and put him in a tub.
Yeah,
where
it's very like Marilyn Manson music video. It's like almost a latex sheet, and then they wrap wire around it, and then they throw him into a tank.
Yes, but then he gets the plastic off of himself, and this tank has become infinite. And
there's a naked girl down there.
There's a naked girl who's may or may not be missing Melissa.
Yeah. I couldn't recognize.
I know.
I'm like, is this supposed to be that actress?
I know. I'm like, that's the only reason why I can think of why we're focusing on it.
Exactly. And then she opens her mouth and all this like blood dilutes into the water around her, turning it red.
Right. And then he's back in the saturation chamber, and we're looking at the animation of the basketball is thrown to a woman in a dress. And then it turns out that woman is Evelyn, and the basketball is his own head.
Is his own head.
Yeah.
So none of this matters because he's just having a hallucination.
He's just having a hallucination. Yeah, absolutely. In Dr. Vannicutt's office, they find a picture frame with like little pictures, like almost like a yearbook picture, you know?
Yeah, they actually say, oh, it's the class of 31, and it's just the staff.
And then they realize that the guest list to this party are all related to someone in this photo. Jamie!
I cannot believe.
They look at this photo, and it takes them so long, and Allie Larder's like, wait a minute. Look at this. It's a reading right out of Scooby-Doo. it's Velma discovered. If she said Jinkies, I would not have heard. And then Tatum's like, what? And the camera goes one after the other, and they're like, it's our last name.
Yeah, and it shows all five, the five that survived, and Mr. Price is scaring everybody. But Price didn't make the list, the house did. And Eddie then realized that Blackburn's name is not on the photo. Now, when we go through the photo, we do realize that there's a Stockard from Mrs. Stockard Price.
Right.
And there is no Blackburn.
Well, I didn't pay attention to that.
I did.
This is where Pritchard says, I'm telling you, it's the house. Its dark energy can travel on light beams, sound waves,
and then
electricity. And Allie Larder goes, The internet? It's like, fucking die.
Okay, back where Evelyn died, we see Blackburn return. And he goes up to the body, and he starts to, like, clean blood off her face, and then he kisses her, and he starts to feel her up.
He starts feeling her up.
And he's so creepy. Like, she is not responding in any way.
And he actually says it's like, you're nice and docile now, or something like that.
It's so bad. So then he gets out, like, a little, like, doctor kit, and he gives her an injection.
Now, if you know the original, this isn't quite as creepy.
Okay.
Because, like, this is the thing in the original, is that the doctor character in the original is having an affair with the wife, and they faked her death.
None of that makes it less creepy.
No, that's what I'm saying. It didn't... No, here. Let me try to save this. You know that they're lovers if you know the original, and that
regardless of them being lovers or not, you do not get to assault my body while I'm unconscious.
I absolutely know that, but Evelyn does not have that boundary. I guarantee you.
I feel like every woman should have that boundary, regardless. And
I feel like every woman gets.
I feel like every man should have that boundary.
I think every person should have whatever kink they want to have. Thank you very much. How dare you kink shaming? Effectively turn it back on you. Let's go.
Okay. So she wakes up and she kisses him.
I mean, the movie is presenting like it's about to be an act of necrophilia.
Yes.
And then
yes.
You know the character's at least alive.
Yes. And so she kisses him. This is where we're like, oh shit, they're in it together. So basically, they're in cahoots on murdering Price, and they're saying that she could like trick him back, like he always tricked her, like to the cops when they find her. And they're trying to plan on driving one of the other guests to shooting him.
Right. This is where this movie is way too convoluted for trying to do the original. The whole thing is trying to scare one fake a death and try to scare a group of people into committing murder to get rid of Price.
Price, yeah.
And the OG Vincent Price. In this one, they're like, the plan's not working, and we need another body.
Right, and well, she's like, we don't even know where the reporter is. Is she dead? Is she in cahoots with Price? Because she's like, I didn't invite her, you know?
Because in this one, there's actual ghosts, and in the original, there's not.
Right, and Evelyn's nobody feels like their life is in danger yet, so we need another body to fix it. And Dr. Donald wants to know, how are we going to get another body?
And so she just immediately kills him.
Yeah.
Which I'm like, what the fuck is the point of any of this?
Yeah, and she stabs him like 6 times with a scalpel. It is actually
that not your lover? What is happening here?
And you
gotta remember, she's a descendant of a psychopath from this place, so I'm sure.
Which I didn't even know. What is the point of doing this whole elaborate plan if you weren't going to run away with a person?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
She seems like a user, and she explains it to us very shortly.
Fine.
Sarah and Eddie and Pritchard have all realized that Blackburn hasn't come back, and he's probably dead. So they're upstairs, and they go back downstairs. I don't understand why they keep going up and down, up and down, up and down.
Because they only have 2 sets, and you're going to figure that out if they don't keep changing it.
So he's probably dead. They go back downstairs to look for him, and they have some pole they got for something.
Okay, I love that you. Okay, so
sorry, I didn't understand why my own note there.
Because you didn't understand because it makes no sense.
It didn't make any sense.
They had originally a wrought iron like pry bar that did not work,
right.
And now Tate Diggs comes in and is like, "Here's a giant pipe that we could maybe use."
It looks like a fence post.
Sure, and he's like, "This is all I could find." And I'm like, "Why would this work when that thing didn't?" Mm-hmm. But I guess as the movie telling us, they're going to try to pry their way out again.
So they're carrying this pole. Meanwhile, Evelyn has gone back to the saturation chamber and opened the door. So we see her, like, blood-covered, dirty dress.
It's, like, in a better movie, there's some effect, like, the shot of her.
We've seen it in other movies.
Yeah.
Done better.
Oh, of course. But Evelyn is now, like, the villain, and she's barefoot. The whole hem of her dress is covered in blood, and the camera's on the floor, so she's
we only see her from the waist down.
Yeah. So now she's like the living ghost of this movie.
Right.
Kind of like, just do it better.
Right. So the others find the room where she was in with blood all over the floor, and then it pans to a table, and there's a bone saw covered in blood on the table. And
which isn't what she used to kill.
No, it's
her
not.
lover. It is
not.
what Jeffrey Combs' character has been carrying around. Every time you see him, he's got that bone saw.
Ah, okay. So they go to the saturation chamber and they look for Price, but they find Blackburn's head inside the window. And then they open the door and it is just his decapitated head.
Like sitting on the platform, and then his body flops out.
So that means Evelyn chopped his head off.
Sure.
Herself. So Sarah is pissed and she goes looking for Price with her gun. She hears whimpering and thinks it's Melissa. And she follows the noise to a corner, and then out pops Price. And he's covered in blood, and he says he woke up next to Blackburn, covered in blood, and he doesn't know what happened. And he keeps asking her for help. He's like, help me, help me, help me. But she says, not even for $1 million, Mr. Price, would she help him.
Right.
And he keeps advancing on her, so she shoots him a bunch of times.
Right.
Like, over and over. And the others come running, and then they take the gun from her, and they say that she emptied the clip into him. And then they go upstairs.
Yep.
And now Evelyn comes walking toward Price.
And gets over Price's body.
And she's, like, looking at him, his dead body. And you can see he's, like, looking to the side, and his eyes are open, like he's dead.
And she's gloating.
Yeah, she's gloating. And she's like, all you ever had to do was give me a divorce and tear up the prenup. And she confesses that the moment she first saw him, she really loved his money. Otherwise, the sight of him made her want to puke.
To which he grabs her.
And then Price wakes up and he grabs her by the throat.
Twist again.
Yeah.
He's known about the affair the whole time, and he's gonna
He's been recording and filming every single thing she's ever done.
Yeah, he's like, I'm the king of this shit.
Yeah.
Why would I not know every
He rips open his shirt, and he's got a bulletproof vest on.
It's a bunch of squibs.
Yeah.
Oh, it's bulletproof vest, I
It's
guess.
a
It
bulletproof
wasn't. Yeah.
vest, yeah.
Okay.
Well, no, there is squibs, though. They're
Okay.
like little tiny pockets.
Well, I'm trying to figure out, is it blanks and he's making blood happen, or is he hoping no one shoots him in the head because it's a bulletproof
Or maybe
That's
there's
what I
like
was
little
like.
red packs in
I'm
here.
guessing
I
it's
don't know.
squibs.
Yeah,
because she's shooting blanks at him, and
Yeah.
he's just making it look like it's being hit.
Right, okay. And she wants to know what he's going to do. And he's like, I'm going to murder you. And she's like, what about the witnesses? And he's like, they already think you're dead.
You're already dead, you dum-dum.
Yeah, and then he grabs her and he...
Sorry. He doesn't say dumb dumb.
doesn't.
He's being deadly serious.
Yeah.
I'm saying dumb dumb because everyone in this movie's dumb.
Everybody in this movie's dumb. So then he grabs her and he tosses her through the door that was like
spooky
that one
door.
that was through that bricked up wall. So like he basically tosses her through the opening and through the metal door, which just disintegrates.
Yep.
And
super
she's in there
corrosive.
and she's moaning because she tossed her pretty far and so she's hurting. And he realizes something is very, very wrong with this room.
Yeah, the room is just bad.
And it's like melted medical equipment like up against the wall. Everything's ash. And then we see this
blackness.
It's dark and we hear wailing, and then we see this like crawling energy across the floor. And he tries to get
And
Evelyn's
he's like,
attention.
Yo, I know I was just gonna kill you, but you need to get out
You
of
need
this
to get
fucking
up
room. This
now.
is
He's
bad.
like, get up now. And then an entity of souls grabs her and desiccates her into them. So
And
basically she just like burns from the inside out and becomes part
She
of him.
turns into a scary stories to tell in the dark drawing. Thank you, Stephen Graham. Doesn't she?
Yeah, no, that was great. Okay, so this is the beginning of the really bad CGI.
Boy, is it shitty.
So it is like, okay, it's like if you took, oh God, I don't even know how to explain this.
it's a Rorschach test.
Yeah, it's like a Rorschach test
Because
full
it's-
of tiny little images and like really badly, like it's not even like cohesive like The Haunting of Hill House where they have all the little baby faces or
Yeah.
anything like that. This is just like bad graphic design with a bunch of images
That is-
superimposed on a green shape.
Yeah, that is cut down the middle and replicated on either side.
Yeah.
So
It's like-
that's the Rorschach test.
And
of
then
it.
it's, oh God, it's so bad.
It looks like shit, and it just starts hovering through, and it's only going to get worse.
It's going to, yeah.
Every time they try to do something better with this, they make it worse.
Yes, and obviously this is the darkness
This
that
is the
Pritchard was talking
capital D
about.
darkness.
Yes,
And he's right. We are going to hate this shit.
yeah, we are. Yeah. He's right. So then Price backs up and he bumps into a cabinet that pops open, and inside is the dissected body of Melissa. Like her head is
Yeah,
there,
it's
her
like
torso's been like partially cut
It's like a
open.
display.
Yeah, it's like what you would do to frogs, I guess.
Yeah, well, yeah, to show
Yeah.
the students what is inside here. Whatever.
So
who
then
cares?
with the voice of Evelyn, the darkness speaks to Stephen that it wants him, and that everyone who's died in here, everyone who's responsible is all part of them. And now it's his turn. Upstairs, Pritchard, Sarah, and Eddie are all trying to pry open the lockdown doors with that
Again.
fucking pole.
It's the
all three of them
same
together.
method that they've tried the whole movie.
Yes, nothing is different. Price runs up the stairs and grabs at the doorknob, but it falls off in his hand, and he starts banging on the door. And they're in the same hallway. So, like, one end is the basement door, and one end is where they are.
So if you do the architecture of this movie, you saw the outside. It's Griffin Park Observatory, and then 20 stories of bullshit behind it.
Mm-hmm.
And they have moved no more than our houses. 1,000 square feet.
Yeah.
Downstairs, the scary door, he throws her through the scary door, which is right at the bottom of the basement with the
Yeah.
glass cases, right up the stairs. is visible down the hall of them trying to pry this open. You know, around the corner is that bar and the front door.
Right. We know up the stairs there's a bedroom somewhere.
Sure.
Because we saw the bedroom.
Well, we've seen stairs and we've seen the bedroom, but we
never saw how they got there. Yeah.
It's like, whatever.
Okay, so the others hear the banging, and Pritchard's like, oh my god, that's Price, and starts walking toward the door. He's like, wait, isn't Price dead? And the darkness is getting closer, and Price yells for Pritchard to open the door. And he does. He actually opens the basement door right as Price falls through like a boarded up area. And the darkness grabs Pritchard and takes him back into the basement.
So it's very strange. The darkness gets up behind him and kind of slaps him to the side.
To get Pritchard.
And then Pritchard opens the door and is taken by this thing.
I mean, it makes you think that, like, the priority is the 5 survivors more than... Like, Price is still going to be part of this shit. Like, they're still going to take everything they can. But they got to get the survivors
bad
first.
Screenplay, because the darkness just said, now it's your turn.
It did, and then it didn't
take... And it's like, but never mind, here's Chris Kattan.
Yeah.
We need to take the only actor out of this thing.
Right. So then Price gets up, in the hallway, and he yells at everybody to run, and Pritchard was right, the house is alive.
Yeah.
And the darkness is now turned into a giant mouth and is, like, chomping on the hallway. It's dumb. So dumb. It's so dumb. And then Price is like, there's got to be pulleys or something somewhere.
He suddenly has a bright idea.
That we can get open. He's like, oh, the attic.
That the way that these shutters work is gravity, so they're upstairs rather than downstairs. And now we're going to get into our third and final set.
Yes.
Which is the attic of this place. Which has to be, you have to go up so many stories probably to get to this thing.
In this kind of place, there would be an elevator, but alas, there's not.
They spent all their elevator money in the first scene of this movie.
On the roller coasters. They spent all the money on the roller coasters.
So the darkness is getting close to Sarah and Eddie, and then it seeps into the floor and disappears. And like, okay, where is it? And then all of a sudden, it starts, the floor exploding underneath them, and it chases them.
This is a practical effect where they're like...
They ran out of money for CGI.
Yeah, so we get the spook off the screen, and then they started shooting. And this actually looks cool.
It does. If it had done practical effects throughout the movie, it probably would have been better.
The floor is being like air compressed to explode up in like a line, like Bugs Bunny going underground.
Yes.
And it looks pretty cool. Everyone runs, and they all head upstairs.
So Price has gotten to the attic, and he starts trying to open the mechanism, but nothing will turn. The others are still running toward the attic, because they had that shock delay,
Sure.
Price grabs something to try to force one of the levers to turn, but it breaks off in his hands, and he gets frustrated and throws that tool, which then hits a different lever, which starts to open up the lockdown.
Great.
And let the sun in.
Screenplay.
As they're running, Price has gone to like an opening that looks down. They're finally in the main room, but it feels like they should have already been somewhere else. But whatever, who cares? Price yells towards them and says, I found a way out. So you better hurry. So, and like, okay, if they're in the attic and this thing is so high, there's no way,
he could see them from the main floor.
No. It's whatever.
Because, and this isn't us guessing about the architecture. At the end of this movie, they go out the window and show you where they are. So what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah. Okay, so they start running up the stairs, and the darkness starts talking to Sarah as Melissa. Like, where are you going? I thought you were going to watch my show.
Stupid. Now the darkness is making like actors' faces kind of move out of this inky weirdness.
Yeah, it's like trying to convince you to join them without convincing you to join them.
It just looks like shit.
Yeah, it does.
It looks so bad.
In the attic, we don't see Price anywhere. Now, this is like positing that like Price had to go somewhere to talk to them from the attic to the where.
Maybe
Maybe he had to like travel. I don't know.
I'm not giving this any grace.
Okay, so Eddie sees light and tells Sarah to stay there. He's gonna go check it out. Like, why would anybody say, oh my god, I see light, stay here for a second?
Dude. That, I know. Like, I think you're reminding me of that thing that I think I wrote and was like, fuck it. And just I don't even want to criticize it anymore.
Oh my god. So then the darkness begins to creep up between the floorboards.
Yeah.
And the darkness is also trying to break the rope to close the steel panes.
Yeah, it's got a little tendril.
Yeah.
It reminds me of when the fog reached up and like took out the power lines in the fog.
Okay.
Like, no.
Price has now shown up from wherever he disappeared to. And he yells, go, to Sarah, and then pushes her out of the way as the darkness attacks him.
He sacrifices himself to save Sarah for no reason.
So this is where we take a break and we tell John, you were right. Price does save Sarah, but not the way you think.
How dare you? How dare you?
He was a hero here.
No. Last night, at John's birthday, everybody, This stays in. He goes, he saves him. And I'm like, nope, he doesn't.
He said he pulled the rope, yeah.
He said as a ghost at the end. And I'm like, that wasn't his ghost.
His first thing he said is that Price turns out to be the hero. And that part he was remembering correctly.
In a way. But he was fundamentally wrong about what he was actually remembering. I refuse to let...
John be right?
No, I mean, John's always right.
That's not the way I see it.
Okay. These right? Oh, we gotta beat that.
Okay. Where did we
Let's
come?
get to the end.
Okay, so Price is turned to ash except for the envelope,
Sure.
which flies off.
Sure.
The darkness is coming for them. Eddie grabs Sarah and shoves her through the opening onto the ledge.
Right. So
and the darkness now is managed simultaneously to burn through the rope, and the weight falls, closing the plate with Eddie on the inside.
Right. This is so profound. It's not just stupid, it's confusing.
The darkness then laughs at him, and it goes to get him. And it goes through a variety of voices and characters and the original hospital. And then Dr. Vannicutt says, Mr. Baker, it's time for you to take your rightful place. Now, this is where the old doctor from the 31, the surgeon.
You think that it's probably Jeffrey Combs' voice.
Thank you,
yes.
Jeffrey Combs. Thank you.
But again, this isn't Jeffrey Combs' face. It's a really shitty CGI version of his face.
Yeah, it's really bad.
And it's so muddy and confused that the actor can't come out there.
So then Eddie said, I had nothing to do with this. I was adopted.
And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Who fucking, okay, so you're telling me that the darkness is going to be like, I want all the ancestors who blah, blah, blah came here. But
it would only make sense if, it spared anybody who wasn't supposed to be here, like Price.
Or
the guy in the security room.
Yeah, exactly. No, I know.
If it only went after the whole adopted line makes no sense.
Yeah.
Now, it does make sense in the way of, you're human, you're trying to save yourself, you're thinking of any reason to reason with this spirit.
No,
I'm adopted.
But yeah, there's a reason for him to say it, but there's not a reason for the ghosts to stop.
Also,
yes,
the whole I hate to be granular about this, but the whole idea isn't it's your blood. It's you were still raised by the people who I know. It is the nurture, I dare say, rather than the nature that is the problem.
I could see that.
And so it's I can't be an asshole. I wasn't born of assholes. I was only raised by assholes.
This still makes you an asshole.
And
usually.
It still makes you an assoul. What happens here? What happens when he yells at?
Is the darkness largely made up of the criminally insane?
Yeah. Because
their logic.
Even the staff was insane and sadistic. Yeah.
So they don't make good decisions.
Right. Okay, so the spirit.
Let's not demonize those with mental health issues.
Then we see the spirit of Pritchard pulling on a rope, opening the plates.
Right.
Back
Chris
up.
Kattan's ghost. So honestly, his yelling, I was adopted, doesn't even stop this thing.
No.
What really it is Chris Kattan's ghost coming and opening
the light,
up
the light does keep it from moving.
Yeah.
Sarah then grabs Eddie and pulls him outside, and the darkness goes back down, screaming. So Sarah and Eddie are sitting at the top of this building on a ledge as the sun rises.
So they are 20 stories up on a ledge, looking out over the ocean. So impossible. Anyway.
Right, and then Sarah sees the envelope sticking halfway under the steel plate.
So now they have.
And she pulls it out and she opens it, and it says on the front, actually, for those who survive the night, 5 checks for $1 million made out to cash.
And they laugh.
And the camera pans to the sunset, and Sarah asks, "How do we get down from here?"
And one more thing. How do we get down from here? As Sweet Dreams
Plays
by
again?
Marilyn Manson starts playing again.
And then I turned off the movie.
And guess what? How do you get down from there? The screenwriters just were cut to black. They didn't. They died. That's the best part of the movie. No one survived the night.
Nobody got that $1 million. $5 million.
Is an after credit scene.
And I did not watch it,
Which
as
shocked
per
the
usual.
shit out of me. It shocked me that I discovered it, and it shocked me that I stuck around to watch
There's
it.
a lot of movies that I expect there to be an after credit scenes, and there's a lot of movies that I don't expect them to be there, and so I don't even look.
Honestly, I'm really going to do this. I'm going to go, what started, what was the OG after credit scene?
Good question.
Because, obviously the Marvel shit is really what
huge,
made it mandatory to sit around to see what next stupid movie's coming.
Right.
1999, we're doing after credit. We're expecting people to sit.
Because, no.
My date has said no thank you and is halfway home by now.
Yeah, I don't remember the last time, when they started at all, for sure. So, okay, tell me what happens in the after credit scene.
It's stupid.
Tell me what happened.
It is like the film footage from the beginning. It's all grainy and black and white.
Oh, the newsreel. Okay.
Newsreel specifically of Jeffrey Combs and the nurses being pulled down onto the gurney and restrained by all the madmen. There's actually, how it starts is like a person picks up the camera and looks at it and then turns it around at them. But instead of Combs and the nurse, it is Evelyn and Price dressed as a surgeon and a nurse, as they're both like, she's dead, all bloody, and he's wide-eyed, about to be torn apart, because it's like,
you're now part of us, and so now you're in the loop of...
it's like the whole Shining thing where you've always been at the house. It's like you're reliving this kind of shit over and over again.
Welcome to hell. Got it.
It is, that's all it is.
Okay.
And then, I say, fuck this movie.
I'm so glad you wrote down that note. I might forget.
I mean, okay, so when Michael and I discussed watching this movie, we knew it was going to be bad.
Yeah.
We were like, it's been a while, like almost a year since we did a 1999 movie or whatever, one of these.
I thought this was going to be a 13 Ghosts experience.
I'm actually surprised this was 1999, because 1999 was the year of movies, and this movie is a bad movie.
It's one of the greatest years of movies of all time.
Yeah.
There's Matrix, Fight Club, American Beauty. I don't know if that's a good movie. Probably not a good one.
There's a lot of 1999 movies that we love.
Yeah.
That everybody loves. And this, I'm surprised that this is one of them, honestly. But we wanted to do another movie of the late 90s, and we were going through the list, and we decided that we wanted it to be bad.
We want it to be bad.
We've reviewed too many movies lately that we loved.
That was my joke, is it's been a long time since I've been mad for an hour and a half. And then as I talked about it, I was just like, this fucking sucks. And last night I'm like, this isn't any fun, but the podcast will be. Yeah. And then I'm like, this isn't funny.
It's
fine. We're doing good.
I think it's good.
It was a box office success, but a critical failure. 2001's 13 Ghosts will do worse. And that's maybe the reason that Dark Castle Entertainment, this is the last time that they remade a William Castle movie.
Okay.
They went on to their own IP and did other remakes of old movies. Like they do House of Wax later, which maybe they just let go of Castle and went on to Vincent Price a little bit.
House of Wax, the remake, it was bad also.
Yeah, that was
Paris Hilton.
That was that movie where everybody wants to watch Paris Hilton die, so they're gonna do a
Paris Hilton also did a cameo on an episode of The OC.
All right.
OC podcast. So, I mean, honestly, thank God for that. Or in next year, we would have to do a podcast on the 2003's Tingler remake starring Elijah Dushku and Eric Balfour. And I'm going to have to talk about the best part being the cameo by Pink. Anyway.
That was make-believe, right?
You don't know how much time left I spent what would the 2003's The Tingler cast be? Anyway. Do we have a question from John?
If you had to choose between superpowers with a twist, which one of these three would you choose? You can fall without consequence, but only at night. You have really stretchy arms, infinitely stretchy, but they don't bend. Or you have X-ray vision, but your kryptonite is cheese. So if there's cheese in their room or your room, you can't see through walls.
So you walk in a room and try to use your power, you're like, shit, there's cheese.
Cheese everywhere.
There's just a piece of cheese that fell.
No, I meant in the world, there's cheese everywhere.
That's what I said. I was also
I bet.
Well, what if you went to a vegan restaurant?
It's the only place.
I could use X-ray vision right now, though, right?
There's cheese downstairs, but there's not in this room.
In the room.
This room.
There's no current cheese in this room.
Right, so I could probably see through everything, but I can't look down there.
Yeah, and then
because that's where the refrigerator is.
Right.
Yeah, and then next door, that's the neighbor's kitchen. There's probably cheese in there.
Right.
Probably can't look.
Not that one either. I guess the only one, John, is that I don't fucking get damage if I fall at night because. That's the one.
That was my instinct. Also, was the whole falling.
Well, that's what. After John made the question, he was like, "It's obviously the first one."
And I would do shit like I would go up on a building at night and throw myself off.
Yeah, that's what I was like. You could do it at night. That's when you'd have to take all your risks.
You just become nocturnal, and you know,
I mean, just because that's the only thing that's a superpower that John just came up with.
Everything else is like hard. Like it doesn't have any usefulness. Like
No. And you would have to like design your life around it. Like all you would do with the arm thing is like put everything in a straight line from you.
No, okay, like what about like if you think about like One Piece though, like he's stretchiness, he doesn't go around corners and it's pretty useful.
Yeah, but he didn't say that you're like gum superpower.
Right, you're
he
just stretch.
said you're just reaching.
There's no strength behind the stretch.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know. He just
If I
said your
punch-
arms just they're very stretchy. They just reach forever. That's
Now-
true. I could punch so many people.
Right?
As long as they're directly in.
As long as they're in your line of sight, yeah.
Oh,
The stretchy
I
one
don't
might be
know,
a good
man.
one.
I'm doing the falling one
I don't know. You could hit people.
because fall danger is a real thing.
I think I'm gonna go for the stretchy one.
Okay, great.
Because then I can
That's
sit on my
wild to
ass
me.
and just grab things.
I said, no, that's
He's like, you know what? I wouldn't have to get out of my chair.
exactly. I already knew this was going to happen, and also it's exactly what she's going to pick because it's going to make my life harder because everything in our house is now going to be designed. People will walk into our house and be like, "Why is everything just like this? Why are all
just in a
tabletops and flat
straight
surfaces in the middle of shit?" And it's like, "Oh, that's so Lindsay doesn't have to fucking get off the couch." She's like, "Peanuts." Beer,
There's a
please.
certain point in the day when I am done functioning.
Yeah.
There are. Just the way my brain works. I am very, very functional.
And also, my spine
Until
on the couch,
I'm not.
My spine on the couch would move because my spine on the couch goes all the way through the house and yours doesn't.
That's
yeah.
what I will say, last night I got into bed and I was tired and I got in there and then I realized I hadn't turned the fan on and I was like,
I know, I hate that.
Well,
and
no,
I
that
wish
is
I had a stretchy arm. Just be like, whoop.
that is the other reason that I don't know why you get that superpower because you already have it. It's called me. You ask me to go take shit and turn on the fan. And stuff.
I would get up because you're all the way on the other side of the house.
True.
I would get up.
Sometimes.
Now, when X was home, I would yell for Sorry, I did that
I
one
love
way.
that you were careful.
Damn
And then 10
it!
seconds later, you weren't careful.
I would yell for him to do it for me because he was literally 10 feet away.
He is also of your blood and labor, and therefore your servant.
You are obliged to turn the fan on for me.
Or get me a glass of water.
All right, I'm getting out of here. It's getting hot. You have just been unexpectedly invited to the Creature Popcast. I want to thank our producer, Jamie. She's got a funky old house at cherrystreetstudios.com or cherry_street_studios on Instagram. Thank you to Kevin MacLeod for all of our music. Our art is made by Lindsay and myself. You can get all of that and our episodes and our merch at $1 million if you stay the whole night at creaturepop.com. Until next time, happy birthday, John.
Happy birthday, John!